Hey there, welcome to week 20 of Jackie on Keto. I just got back from holiday last night. Now, if you've watched any of my previous videos from the last 2 weeks, you'll see that I definitely haven't been strict on my keto diet. Although I was having salads for lunch most days, I did have bread a couple of times, especially towards the end where we run out of salad stuff, and I was just fancying the bread. I think once you get into the habit of eating it, you just want it more. So I did have some bread on the last 2 days. I had several ice creams. My kids would go and get ice creams, and then I would have one as well. And a couple of times I had dessert as well. So really, really bad. I'm not hitting myself, and I'm not beating myself up, because I see this as, and I've said this before, I see this as a way of life. And if I want to have a discrepancy and go slightly off plan, then that is fine, so long as I get back on it. Now, I know that every time I eat sugar, I eat bread, potatoes, those sorts of things which are very, very high in carbs and sugar, I'm going to come out of ketosis. And it's going to take me several days to get back in. So I'm undoing all the work that I've done, by keeping to it. So I don't do it all the time. Most of the time when I'm at home, I'm really strict with myself. So I think every couple of times a year, if I'm on holiday, I can be a bit more lax. I even had paella twice, lots and lots of fish, and a couple of times I had some lamb chops. Lots of chips with my dinner, although they don't give big portions of chips there. It wasn't a huge portion of chips, but I had chips quite a lot of evenings. And I've never been a big fruit eater, but I do enjoy some of the summer fruits like nectarines and cherries and melon. So whilst I was away, I did eat watermelon, normal melon. I had 2 nectarines and I had quite a few cherries. So that was part of my holiday treat as well. So last month I showed you a photo of me from June 2017 through, and then one this June 2018. But what I did was I went back to exactly the same place with exactly the same dress. So I'm going to show you those pictures comparing last year to this year, and hopefully you can see the difference. So we're going to go over to my weigh-in. I say a little bit in the video beforehand, but my thought was if I've put on less than 8 pounds, because I did eat a lot of things that I shouldn't do, then I was going to be happy. So let's go over and see what happened. Hey there, just got back from holiday last night, about to jump on the scales. I think if I'm less than 14 stone 8, which would be I put on 8 pounds while I'm away, I'll be really happy. So let's jump on the scales and see what they say. Oh, look at that. It's just stopping. 14.1.8. Hey, hey. So my starting weight in June 2017 was 231.8. 2 Thursdays ago was 200 pounds. So that was just before I went on holiday. And today was 201.8 pounds. So, way, I didn't put on 8 pounds as I did put on quite a few before I went away. If you remember, I put on about just 3.5 pounds. But even 3.5 pounds and the 1.8 is still nowhere near 8 pounds. So I'm really pleased with myself. That makes me a loss since week 1 of 3 pounds. So I've gone back quite a few steps, and an overall loss since June last year of 30 pounds. I found some scales actually while I was away on the last couple of days in the gym. So I did take my weight a couple of times, which you'll see if you look at the blog. You'll see the weight charts that I put up. So I did measure twice while I was away, and you can't compare because they're not my scales. So I didn't take it too much to heart. but I did do it. And I mentioned this last week as well, but I'm going to say it again. Previously, when I was on holiday, I would have eaten a lot more. I would have had bread or croissant with jam for breakfast. I would have had bread, a good chunk of baguette for lunch, and I would have had my supper, which is normal. So even though I wasn't strictly keto, I wasn't keto at all actually, but I wasn't strict on my way of eating, I still ate a lot less carbs than I would normally have, and I think that has helped me maintain my weight slightly. Now I'm back from holiday, which I got back last night. Now I'm back, it's straight back on. No, I'll do it on Monday, I'll do it in a few days' time, I'll do it after so-and-so's birthday. No, straight back on today. So lunch today was my normal salad with half a tin of sardines. And I have been hungry today. About 11:30 I was thinking it's lunchtime, and it wasn't, but I held out till lunchtime. And this afternoon I was hungry as well, and I just measured out about an ounce of nuts. So that was a few almonds, a few Brazil nuts, some walnuts and some hazelnuts, and total was about an ounce, and I ate that. And I'm hungry now, so I'm really looking forward to my supper. And I know it's going to take me a few days to get back into the way of eating, and that hunger will just dissipate as I go through. So on my Couch to 5K update, while I was away 2 days ago, I completed week 8 run 1, and I didn't do anything today. I didn't plan to do anything today, so I'll get back to the next run tomorrow. My leg still hurts after the run, and it was from an injury when I was a teenager. So I'm going to see what happens now that I'm home, back in my bed, which would be more comfortable, back on the electrolytes because I didn't have them while I was away very much. And while I was away, I haven't been doing HIIT, high intensity interval training, HIIT training. I was only going to the on the treadmill. So tomorrow I'm doing my run, and then Sunday I shall be back on HIIT. So I'm looking forward to being less hungry and not having heartburn and indigestion. So I am looking forward to being back on keto actually. It seems strange to say that I'm not having all those things that I used to eat all the time and really enjoy, but I'm now looking forward to being back on keto. But I'm not going to test my ketones until Monday to give my body a chance to get back into burning fat for fuel rather than glucose. And starting today, I'm going to be measuring total carbs rather than just net carbs. And I want to see if that makes a difference to my weight and how much I'm reducing if I'm measuring total carbs. So I'll let you know how that goes. And I'm setting a new challenge for my Facebook group. I'm getting some of the people who are not keto yet, they're sort of working their way into it, getting into it in an easy way. So each week they're reducing something out of their diet. So there's a new challenge coming up on Monday. So if you're interested in that, head over to Facebook, search for Jackie on Keto, and you'll find my group there. And that's all for this week. Hope you are doing well with your way of eating, and look forward to seeing you next week.